Hey everyone, I just wanted to share my Bluff City Cemetery and Elgin extravaganza tour um, that I did today. So, a little about Bluff City Cemetery. It was established in 1889. It has a wonderful fen and butterfly garden that is incorporated with the cemetery. The fen is more on the outside of the cemetery, and the butterfly garden is actually in part with it. Um, a lot of the graves were actually from another cemetery in downtown Elgin called Channing Street. It's Channing Cemetery. It's actually a school now and a park, but they dug thousands upon thousands of graves and relocated them here to Bluff City. So it's a little creepy. Um, the cemetery is actually city owned, and it's approximately 107.8 acres that they bought from the Whitcomb farm. And as you can see, there's a lot of hills. It's rolling hills. Freddy Krueger was actually filmed in this cemetery. I'll just let you kind of enjoy the views. You can see more of the rolling hills. Now, this cemetery is all denominational, so there's a Jewish section, there's a Muslim section, Christian, so whatever your belief, atheist, agnostic, everyone is buried here. Now, I took this picture. As you can see, I don't know exactly, but it kind of looks like a gentleman sitting on a chair, maybe with his legs crossed. I'll let you either decide that. Some people believe in ghosts, some people don't, so I'm not here to force my opinion. Critical thinking is good. You can see that they're planting some trees. And here you go again. I see someone sitting down between the headstone and the bush, kind of like right there in the middle. Actually, it's kind of next to the tall headstone to your left. And here's an angel. The angel was made actually right across the street from the cemetery. They make statues and monuments and stuff. There's a story that says apparently this is what I heard is that the mother went in there to thank him for a good job, or she went in there for some reason, and she saw the picture on the wall, and the picture had a, the ghost of her daughter. This is made out of zinc. This tombstone right here that you're looking at. A lot of people thought it was crazy to make a tombstone out of zinc, but look at how well it held up. This is over 100 years old. You can also see the nameplate actually comes off, and they used to hide liquor in there during the Prohibition era, so that was kind of interesting. So, for all you alcoholics out there, don't be tempted to go grave robbing. But it actually held up pretty nice. A lot of these headstones and gravestones are falling apart because, some vandalism, some, just the age. Over 100 years old is it's a lot to take, especially in the climates. This is really interesting as well. Those are trees. The tall one means that it was a long life. The short tree actually means it was a shorter life span, so it died earlier. Here's another zinc one, and I've seen this a lot. I don't know what it means. It's an urn and it's covered, so I'm sure there's some kind of symbolism with it. You'll see a lot of symbolism with the old cemeteries. Here's an angel. A lot of the angels in this cemetery actually look down on the grave like they're watching over. You'll see them looking down. It's not like a depressed or sad look, it's just kind of they're watching over the physical body. Here's a monument, and you can see on the top there's actually hornet's nests growing, so, you know, it's kind of nice to be vengeful in death. Have a bunch of hornets attack your enemies. Here's an angel missing a wing. I saw the wing, it was right next. You can kind of see the wing on the ground next to it. It's unfortunate, I don't whether it's vandalism or weather or whatnot. This was interesting because a lot of the headstones were all one way, and this was kind of slanted sidewards. I don't know if someone moved it. You can kind of see it in the grass. It looked moved or whatever, but it was pretty interesting. Here is what I believe is another apparition of a man. You can kind of see his beard, maybe like an older coat. I'll let you decide that. Maybe you think I'm crazy. Oh well, I am. Let's see what we have. And here another angel. I really like these statues. I think they're a piece of art. And way back when in the 1800s, people did not look at a cemetery and think it was such a bad thing to go to, a scary place. Cemeteries are often looked at almost like parks you want to visit. It's beautiful. You want to, remember your family that way. So it's not like nowadays where we just kind of like, bury them and we go visit once in a while, but it's for a few minutes or whatever. And they used to have picnics, sit down, make a sandwich, eat a sandwich. This was actually interesting. This was on the corner. Uh, they do have mausoleums. I don't think they have mausoleums, but there's the ones underground too. I don't know exactly what they're called, um, but they do have them. There's actually one with the glass window, and it has an old newspaper, and it has a little broom. So I don't know if there was some kind of joke with that. I learned that during my history cemetery walk. They do this, Elgin does this once a year. It's the last Sunday in September, I believe, and they actually dress up as people from the town, maybe like the 1800s, and they reenact the town's people, the townsfolk, which is kind of interesting because it's a great way to learn history. I know it's unique, at the cemetery, some people might not like it, but it's a great way to really understand your local history. Sure, you might know, a little bit about the Civil War, Gettysburg, a specific battle, but do you know the locality of the families that fought in the Civil War, that live in your hometown? Do you know your hometown? What's your history of your hometown? I never really realized it, and then I realized, Elgin has a lot of history, so let me just kind of explore it. And here again, you can see, again, not to force, any opinions or beliefs, but you kind of see, not on the top, but more on the bottom between the two headstones, that someone's kind of peeking out, saying peekaboo. Um, my personal belief. So this here's another just beautiful picture of the cemetery, and you can really just you know see the beauty in it. And this is actually you can kind of see the rainbow sunshines, sunshining like in the corner, in your right hand corner. And this is actually a very expensive headstone. It was imported from Italy at a great expense. So, and some of these headstones, if you got them nowadays, would cost you over $1 million. So it's nothing to be cheap. And here's some old houses in Elgin. We have tons of them. They're very interesting. Some of them actually have really great history that I'm not really familiar with, and I would like to learn a little more. Again, you see like another building, built probably early 1800s. And this is close by the Elgin Historical Society and Elgin Museum. We're housed in this building, which used to be the Academy way back in the early 1800s. So that's pretty kind of cool. Looks like an old state capitol. And then here is, I believe this is the new Elgin Academy. Don't quote me, but it's a really cool building. I really enjoyed the building. And then we're going to be coming on to a picture of a headstone that was in the Channing Cemetery, which, remember, they moved the bodies to Bluff City because Bluff City is more on the outskirts of Elgin. Channing was more in the central Elgin, so they knew that they had to move. They needed more space, so you can see that some of these headstones are in the museum, and the bodies might still be there. Actually, it's almost guaranteed. And here's just a picture at the Elgin Museum. This crazy nun and these candy stripers and the crazy looks on them. So, it's kind of interesting how far we've come from health. But I hope you enjoyed the video. I encourage you to check out your own hometown. Well, thank you so much. Have a good one.